Hello, beautiful people. I was filming a short form video for the Rimmel Wonder Freeze Brow Lamination Gel, and I thought, you know what? This is a good YouTube opportunity because I know we all like the laminated brows. We all want our brows to behave, and I did one brow and I thought, this is something worth showing. By the way, the eye patches I was using were the Rare Beauty ones. They're very nice and they're very cooling. Quite soft under the eyes, and I do notice some smoothing on the skin after, which is like, you know, it's a perk. I don't think under eye patches are gonna give you long-term results because they're not particularly active, but they are quite hydrating and quite lovely for before makeup. This is the Wonder Freeze Brow Lamination Gel from Rimmel. It has this to help comb through the brows and really give it that laminated look. Twisting it open, you can see it has this one, which I found quite interesting because you can see that the formula is quite clear, and that's not always what lamination gels look like. I'm just gonna go through the brow that I did lightly again. Let's let that set down and see how stiff it makes the hairs. Don't giggle. While I'm letting that set, I did want to show you this one from Rimmel that I do already really love. The only downside is that it doesn't have a wand. You need to use a separate spoolie, but it's really worth it compared to the results it gives. Now I'm thinking I should do like one brow this and then one brow that, and then we can decide. Honestly, I've reviewed this one a lot on my grid, so I will put like a full review, including a written review, down below if you're curious about that. But this is what it looks like. This is the texture it is. Sorry, I'm just peeking so I can see what I'm doing. And it's clear and quite waxy, and it has a really lovely dry down. You know what? Let's just do the other eyebrow with this. Again, only downside is that you do need a separate spoolie, but there's something about this product that really sinks in under, around, and really encapsulates the brow hair without looking too crunchy or shiny. And I really enjoyed this one this year. As you can see, like I've got a lot of brow products and my brows are tattooed under, which I, personally didn't enjoy or would recommend. I know it works for some people. It didn't seem to work for my skin. But my brow hairs themselves are super stubborn and can get very wiry in places, and they can point in really weird directions. So, well, I know what I prefer. So like currently, it is a first impression. Can already say I like this just a bit better in terms of like how much product I was actually able to get onto the brow and how well I can shape it. Let's give this one the best chance it can possibly have. You can even kind of see where the product is on the skin. Not the end of the world. I feel like this is sometimes the issue that I do run into with products, is that I typically like using more of something. I typically wear the heavier makeup. I typically want my brows slicked a little bit more than someone with maybe more sparse or light brows that like some fluffy. Nothing wrong with that, but it does mean that like you might actually prefer this one if you want a more fluffy, non stuck brow. And if you're looking for something really flat and laminating and isn't gonna budge, you might opt for this one. But let's load up this eyebrow so I can feel it's sticky, right? The hairs are sticky, but they're not crunchy or set. I'm gonna like put a little bit more product, and then I'm going to use a brush that they gave us to use. That would make sense, wouldn't it? All right, that's feeling very set. Am I gonna eat my words? That's quite nice. Should I like check back in 5 and see if like any of them have fallen? I think that's really nice. Yeah, I think that's really nice. You can definitely see like my eyebrow tattoo, which doesn't want to cooperate. I wish I could brush them up. I can't. And now this is looking a little bit lackluster. Okay, let's do this side in the more traditional lamination sense. Sorry, I'm using my phone camera, so I am looking at my eyes like a narcissist, sorry. I'm trying to really like disrupt the hairs that have set, because they have set down pretty hard, but I just want to see if I can kind of mimic that real laminated effect, which I know I can with this. Like this is a beautiful, wonderful brow product, whether I like it more or less. It's like, it's still wonderful. Like I would honestly give it a 10 out of 10. I don't think there's any notes, and I think the fact that there's a separate spoolie, it's gonna suit some people, it's not gonna suit others, but for me, it's definitely worth it. And I do like my Benefit spoolie, which is what I'm using now. Not that you need to buy a branded one, but I've actually, as I was chatting about it, I've quite literally repurchased this brush. I've repurchased a brush. To me, that's crazy, especially something that's $40 for this, but it's got such a lovely, fine, firm tip, and then it's got a really lovely, strong, high quality spoolie, and it does make a difference, and I wish it didn't, but it does for me, so I did repurchase it. All right, what's happened here? I feel like this has fallen a little bit just in that, but I was moving around my eyebrows, to be fair. I'm gonna check back in 5 minutes, and then let's see how the brow hairs have done, and I'm also gonna start moving around my face. Okay, I'm back. These are the results. I think they kind of speak for themselves. I don't think that's a write-off for the Rimmel Wonder Freeze. I just think it's not giving me as much hold, and I think that's because it's harder to really load up the product. I think this is really going to suit someone with more finer, fluffy brow hairs. If you have brow hairs like mine that are a bit like more coarse and thick, then the Kind and Free really works so well, and you can just pick up as much as you want. I would always highly recommend this, and I think Rimmel has some really good finds, so I'm going to dive back into the brand a bit more this year. I'm kind of recommitting myself to exploring the drugstore, and I have picked up a few things from like Models Prefer and like some of the Priceline brands, so I'm looking forward to kind of updating how that goes. Thank you for watching. It feels really weird to ask you to subscribe because I'm used to doing content for like Instagram, but please feel welcome to subscribe if you just want to stay up to date with some of the little videos I put out. Thank you.